Depend on us. It's the morning show with Jonny and Ken on 94.9 WSJM.
Hey, good morning. Just past 7. We getting things rolling on our live stream. If you want to come hang out over there, we are on Facebook, YouTube, and X. The sun will come out at some point today, but we were getting on and off rain throughout the morning, and then maybe some thunderstorms at some point. High 70 later tonight. We're looking at cloudy skies and a 30% chance for some rain and storms as well, with a low down to 52. The other night, I think it was Sunday evening, tons of lightning.
Yes. Yeah. Somebody said it was scary lightning.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was just nonstop.
Yep.
Yeah.
Up in the sky. So pretty cool stuff.
Springtime.
We'll get to sports here in just a moment. Right now, let's find out what's happening in the news.
WSJM News now. Team coverage from the WSJM newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
In the WSJM newsroom, good morning and happy Tuesday. I'm Ken Lundberg. Here are some of the local stories we're looking at for you today. There will be a traffic change on M51 in Niles starting tomorrow. Michigan Department of Transportation Nick Sharippa tells us this is due to the ongoing rebuild of the US 12 and M51 interchange. They're moving into the next phase of the project, which will mean M51 reduced down to one northbound lane, with southbound traffic being totally diverted and detoured starting tomorrow.
Really want to alert folks to that one-way traffic. Certainly folks who don't hear your report or read it elsewhere are going to be surprised. Southbound M51 is something they have to detour around it. So the more folks we can reach ahead of time, the better off that'll be.
Sharippa says this will continue for about a month.
We are still aiming for and on target to hit an October completion this year. So just a few more months.
So the detour we're talking about now, about a month of roundabout there. And then the final project, they are saying now October.
Woof.
Yeah, October of this year. They're still going to do some more work. They've got curb and sidewalk work that has already been completed along southbound M51. New traffic signal foundations have been poured. Curb work has been completed along the new lanes of westbound US 12. Work being completed on M51 under the new traffic pattern. The Michigan left will include pavement removal, excavation, base replacement, drainage improvement, concrete patching, and paving operations. No wonder it's taken them so long.
It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I've been watching it quite a lot and seeing all the stuff that's happening and the changes. And, of course, everybody upset that now there's just this one northbound. But then I was thinking about it. Everybody was upset with the conditions that the road was in prior to construction, saying, oh, man, they really need to do work on M51 and that area. And then, of course, they start. And everybody's upset that now that the road's going to
please anyone.
We need better roads. Okay, we're going to do better roads. But wait, I don't want to have to reroute. No, the rerouting, that's just keep that in mind. You're going to have that for the next month.
So enjoy that. It is part of a $27 million investment, they say. And again, the project will be finished in October.
Give yourself extra time to get where you need to go.
That's right. City of Buchanan is touting its new Buchanan Riverfront Master Plan, a document intended to help guide the revitalization of its public access areas along the St. Joe River. Buchanan Community Development Director Richard Murphy telling us the plan goes back more than a year as the city worked with engineering firm Abbenmarsh to develop a plan for better using the community's extensive waterfront area. The plan was adopted by the Buchanan Planning Commission earlier this month.
This is now an important planning document, kind of a playbook for Buchanan's comeback story in terms of connections to really an amazing natural resource that we feel is kind of under leveraged in Buchanan.
Murphy says with the city owning a lot of land along the riverbank, planners wondered what it could do to give people better access to the water.
Connections could be a fishing platform, could be a kayak launch, improved boat launch access. A lot of that is in terms of access to the river.
The Buchanan Riverfront Master Plan puts the city in a better position, they say, to seek grants for projects along the river. Assistant Community Development Director Ashley Regal says the plan can also protect native features and prevent erosion by stopping people from just making their own river access points where they probably shouldn't. The master plan is now online. We have a link to it in the story at our website, WSJM.com. And as you probably felt, there were a lot of Michiganders on the road for Memorial Day weekend. As we were, state lawmakers were brainstorming ways to help close the state's nearly $4 billion funding gap for roads. One idea is the road usage pilot program to add tolls and mileage fees for using some of the most heavily traveled highways in the state. The pilot study is still in its early stages, but it could mean a 6-cent per mile fee for drivers, which could raise, they say, $1 billion to fix Michigan's decaying roadways. House Transportation Budget Chair, State Representative Ranjiv Puri, says road funding comes from a variety of sources, but it still isn't enough.
When we all purchase a vehicle, we go pay a registration fee. So those registration fees kind of help fund our roads. There's also some money from the sales tax that goes to roads, and there's also money from the gas tax. We've just never come up with a formula that fundamentally meets the needs of the state.
Puri adds the rise in electric vehicle use, that is, equals fewer people buying gas, which means lower gas tax revenues. And it's probably one of the issues that'll come up at this year's 2024 Mackinac Policy Conference. They say the theme this year is Bridging the Future Together. Hundreds of business, community, and political leaders will head to Mackinac Island today for the Mackinac Policy Conference. We've got some local voices there that we'll check in with later this week to see what's happening. But it's a 3-day event. It'll feature politicians, including Senators Debbie Stabenow and Gary Peters. There will not be a debate among the major U.S. Senate candidates to replace retiring Senator Debbie Stabenow, as had been originally planned. The event runs until Friday at the Grand Hotel.
That'll be fun.
That will be fun. In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg.
Dave Wolf has sports in just a moment. Right now, let's find out what's happening around the nation and the world with ABC News.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Israel calling an overnight airstrike.
Good morning, everybody.
Hello.
Good morning, Jeff.
Hey, Jeff.
Good morning, Bill. Good morning, all the other folks that are watching this morning.
Hi, Bill.
Does the short week throw you off?
Makes me happy.
It makes me happy, but it throws me off when I'm like, wait a minute, it's Tuesday.
Yeah.
Now I need to have my mind set for what we have planned for Tuesdays on a regular basis. And then also it's thrown me off that we're now back here instead of over there at Harbor Shores.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. And then it rained this morning.
I'm just glad we're not there today because it would be very wet and very chilly. And so I'm glad we are inside.
I did a lot of wood knocking as we were there because I wondered, being that we were in the community showcase tent with two sides of it open to the elements, not only did I get a lot of mosquito swatting in, but I wondered what would happen if the wind and rain came along. Would that just blow up our control board or all the equipment?
I think we would have been fine.
You say no. It probably would have short-circuited.
Nah. No, we would have been just fine. But no, I think at one point they did say if it got really bad, I think they did have another side they could put on it.
Oh, okay.
And completely enclose the thing if they needed to. But weather
we should have used that when the leaf blower guy came around.
Oh, yeah. Nah, that wouldn't have worked out. Good morning, John.
Hey, John.
We'll have somebody I saw quite a lot over the weekend, Sarah Spoonholtz. We'll talk to her in just a few minutes, so we'll get her on the phone.
That was fun seeing her in person for last week's interviews.
Yeah, she was busy, man. Her and another person, Anna, were the heads of our group, our community and information group that I was a part of at the community showcase for volunteering.
Okay.
And so she was there. Sarah was there almost every single day, probably most of the day.
Yeah.
So she put a lot of hours.
What was really funny is they had the community showcase set up with some demonstrations of the fun things that you can enjoy, activity-wise and culturally in Southwest Michigan. And so they had a sandbox set up in one area, and then they also had some musical instruments, classical musical instruments.
Oh yeah, the cello. There was a violin,
and a flute, and a violin, and stuff like that. And the funny thing was, when I think your back was turned, Sarah was nowhere to be found. some young lady brought in her 2 kids who were just wee high.
Yeah.
And they were grabbing the instruments. They were they were putting their mouths on the flute and everything. It's like there's probably brass polish on there or silver polish. Don't do that. You're going to get poisoned.
I did not notice that.
And then we immediately went over to the sand thing, and we're going to start digging in there. It's like, no, this is display only. Display only. Get out of there.
Yeah, I was afraid that some of the stuff that was there might go walk off somewhere too. All those small items.
Yeah.
I'm always worried about that.
Oh, is this free? I'll take it.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, free drinks?
Oh, that's
Sarah,
right.
you
Yeah,
there?
because they had booze there.
I am.
Okay,
Hey, Sarah.
wonderful. Hello, good morning. We'll talk in about a minute, but you are hanging out on our live stream as well this morning.
Oh, good.
Did you get some sleep in
morning.
yesterday?
Did I do what?
Did you get some sleep in yesterday?
Yes. Yes, I did. Took a couple of naps, slept. Yes, all the things.
Very, very busy weekend with the KitchenAid Senior PGA Championship. But we're going to talk to you about some of the other things. You're not, you and your team, not tired of golf because you got some golf events that we'll talk about here in just a moment. But folks on our live stream, it's good to be back in the studio, here in the studio.
Yeah. Did you guys get recovered from last week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Absolutely.
All right. Stand by, folks. Get right back to it.
7 decades, Midwest Family has been here working alongside local business owners and taking risks just like you. What matters is your success. Our team is ready to listen. Risk takers like you deserve this level of respect. Allow us to do the legwork to bring you fully vetted marketing blueprints focused on meeting your business goals. Then choose the direction you feel is best. Take the first step by requesting your free strategy analysis at risktakersunite.com. Risktakersunite.com, powered by Midwest Family.
Midwest Family.
Mostly cloudy with a few scattered showers and a couple of thunderstorms to start. We'll see a break and see some sun middle part of the day. And then we're back to a few scattered showers late today. High temperatures will stay in the mid and upper 60s. Tonight down to 52 and tomorrow partly sunny, slight chance of a shower. High temperatures at 65. I'm WSBT 22 Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
Hi, this is Pat Moody, and you're listening to The Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on 94.9 WSJM.
You can be part of the show by calling at any time, 925-WSJM. You can email let's talk at WSJM.com. You can feel free to comment on our live stream. We are there on our Facebook, YouTube, and X. If you want to go ahead and do that, we would love for you to do that. On the phone, we have Sarah Spoonholtz from the Southwest Michigan Regional Chamber. Good morning, Sarah.
Good morning, Johnny. How are you?
Doing great. You guys very, very busy over there at the Southwest Michigan Regional Chamber, doing all kinds of great things. I will say you guys not tired of golf because I know you did a lot of you and your team did a lot of work, not only as volunteers, but also as advocates of Southwest Michigan at the KitchenAid Senior PGA Championship last weekend. But you guys have some golf events and some other things to talk about as well. But where shall we begin?
We do. So how about we kick it off with tomorrow night, heading to Pete Snyder Social for the mural ribbon cutting and unveiling. Pretty exciting. If you have driven past, you probably have seen a new colorful splash on the south wall, the patio side at Pete. That is the brand new mural. It's a retro postcard style mural done by 2 local artists, and it has been 120 hours working on the project from start until finish. Everybody is just in love with it. And I am really excited to fully see it completed and to celebrate with Dan, Leah, Josh, and his wife, and just have a great night tomorrow. Pete's, of course, opened during COVID or just right before COVID. So we never actually got to do a ribbon cutting for them. So this one's going to be extra, extra special.
Yeah, it looks fantastic. And just in time for their outdoor season where you hang out on the patio and you can just marvel at that beautiful mural. And I will say that when I've seen them working on it over these 120 so hours that they were working on the thing, is there's a lot of little I think they call it in the movies Easter eggs. There's all kinds of different little things within the mural. So take some time to look at that, not only tomorrow night, but also throughout the summer and when it's up there. But it's a pretty awesome thing. And so what's going to be happening at the celebration? You're just kind of hanging out, having some good times, enjoying Pete's cider, as well as some other things. What do we need to know?
Yeah, so we will just be hanging out there, enjoying of course, some of their delicious beverages, or even some of the non-alcoholic options that they have if you're not a drinker. Dixie's old-fashioned hot dogs will be on site as well with their hot dog carts, and so those will be available for you to munch on too, and just connecting, networking, and getting to celebrate and doing a toast to them, and then we'll do the official choppy of the ribbon to celebrate. And they're all around from 5 until 7.
That's awesome. And so do we need to be a chamber member in order to attend?
Nope, you do not. You are more than welcome to come, chamber member or not.
Okay. What else you got coming up on the calendar?
Well, as you mentioned, our love for golf continues because this Friday is our second annual Wine and Nine Chamber Golf Outing. Now, this one is the ladies exclusive. It is sold out for golfers, sponsors. They are sold out of those as well. So, but it is a really awesome day. We're really excited to be heading back out to Pipestone Creek for a fun afternoon. We've got a golf clinic planned that'll happen at 2:00, and then the ladies will be turned loose to play 9 holes of golf at 3, and then they'll come in around 5:30 for a taco bar and some yummy deliciousness, and then we will go from there. So it's going to be awesome. It's going to be exciting, and I cannot wait to get to hang out with a lot of my favorite females who can and cannot golf, because I am one of those who cannot golf, but I will drive a golf cart any day, every day.
You are very good at driving a golf cart, I will say. You did a lot of that over the weekend. That's really awesome. So looking forward to that for the folks that are signed up already, and all the sponsors that are part of it as well. It should be another great event. I know it was a great event last year, and so I know the second one's going to be even better. So it's going to be a good one. What else you got going on?
My goodness, we have so much other stuff happening. I want to keep on the golf theme for just a quick moment. We do have some teams left, and we have just a couple of sponsorships. I do need a couple of sponsorships left for our big annual golf outing, the 64th annual Chamber Golf Outing, happening on Monday, July 15th at Lake Michigan Hills. So if you are interested, we do have, I think, a couple of twosomes available, at least one twosome. We also have just a handful, and I believe we're down to less than 5 teams remaining total. So if you're wanting to come and join us for that golf outing, you can head to our website, smrchamber.com, get your team registered. And if you're interested in sponsorship opportunities, reach out to me directly, because I believe we only have breakfast, lunch, and one whole sponsorship left. And then we are completely sold out. So it's super exciting. We're incredibly thankful and blessed in terms of our sponsors who have stepped up and are helping us put on such a fantastic golf outing. So keeping on the golf theme with that. But then we also have more ribbon cuttings and networking opportunities. Yeah, that coffee still has not kicked in yet, and clearly still recovering from last week. Our next one after tomorrow at Pete's Cider is going to be at Bill Walks Outdoor Living, their Dorothy and Al's Farm Market. So Mike Vilwalk, he is just this amazing visionary in Bering Springs. They have a second location now down in Sawyer, and they're now opening a farm market in honor of his grandparents, Dorothy and Al. So this will be something that is not only stuff that they will be selling inside the market, but also working with local artisans to get things in, like jams and maple syrup and other craft things that kind of tie in with like the farm market feel. So that will be happening on Thursday, June 6th at 4:00. I'm a little sad I won't be able to be at this one because I will be in Alaska. Arthur and Jasmine are going to have so much fun out there, and it's just a great opportunity to help celebrate and hang out with them. And of course, we've got our next gen networking at the Columbus St. Joseph Kaylee Holiday. It's a cornhole tournament. So if you are a fan of cornhole and you think that you can play bags really well, definitely going to be the place to be. They're going to have a s'mores bar, of course. Also, their famous Hut Brothers Pizza will be available for people to munch on, and it's going to be just a lot of fun. Then later on this month, or next month, yeah, I guess basically technically it is June already, right? We've got our business after hours at Ravitron, and that will be from 5 until 7 On June 20th, a chance for you to learn more about Dave Ravitch and the company that he has continued to grow since 1992. They have been in the community in Benton Harbor for many generations, and just excited to showcase and highlight all of their offerings.
Looking forward to all this stuff. And if we want to find the full calendar, I'm scrolling through and I'm just seeing all kinds of fun stuff that I want to be a part of. So, Sarah, if we want to find all this stuff, follow you guys, how do we do that?
Yeah, if you want the full list of events, both chamber and non-chamber, but member-driven, head to our website, smrchamber.com, and go to the events tab. You can see the full calendar there. You can also follow us on all of our social media channels, so LinkedIn, X, Instagram, and, of course, Facebook. By simply searching SMR Chamber, should populate with all of our information there. And
Wonderful.
Any details that you feel like I have left out, Johnny, because I'm still recovering from last week, they can reach me directly. So free to give us a call. Jed and Arthur or myself are happy to help. And Nancy Down with our Bridgman CGA subsidy, our affiliate down there. She is happy to answer any questions on things happening in Bridgman as well.
Awesome. Always good stuff happening with the Southwest Michigan Regional Chamber. Sarah, thank you so much for spending some time with us.
You're welcome. Thanks, Johnny. Have a good one.
Coming up here in just a few minutes, got your Bloomberg Market Minute. It's the morning show on 94.9 WSJM.
Loan rates are trending downward. Are you ready to make your move? Sturgis Bank's expert hometown lenders will guide you through the process and take the time to make sure you're ready to become a homeowner. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, looking at a vacation house, or thinking of building, Sturgis Bank can meet your needs. Experience the Sturgis Bank difference.
Sarah is going to Alaska.
Oh,
she's going on an
nice.
Alaskan cruise.
Very nice.
So this here and here. Yeah, she's was talking to her about this over the weekend, and yeah, she said gonna be going on a cruise for, I think it's like a 10-day thing, and cruising up to I think she flies over to the Seattle area, then jumps on the boat over there, makes her way up, makes her way back down. Jocelyn went on a trip like this a few years ago, and she loved it.
Nice.
Yeah, she went without me because I stayed home with the dog, and I had other stuff I had to do.
You should have taken the dog with you.
You know, I don't know how well he would do on a cruise. Really, the biggest question was we didn't know how well I was going to do on the cruise because I get bad motion sickness. So they say since the boat's so big that it probably wouldn't bother me all that much.
Right.
But she did say there was like one day that it was wobbling.
Yeah.
So, but the Alaskan cruise is one I think if I were to go on any cruise, the Alaskan cruise is up there as one of the tops, as one I'd like to do.
I've not been on it either. I can imagine the coastline is just gorgeous.
Oh, it's gorgeous
all the way up.
The towns that they stop in, not many towns that they stop in, but because there's like I think 2 full days at sea.
Oh wow,
yeah,
that's a
so
lot.
You just pretty much all you see is water,
glaciers
and all that other stuff. But no, she enjoyed it. The funny thing is that my mother-in-law, as soon as she went there, stopped in one of the towns. I can't remember if it was Ketchikan or one of those, but of course, what was right there in town? A radio station. So she walked up and said, do you know Johnny? He's in the radio. But yeah,
yes, all radio.
She was trying to get me. She was trying to get me some sort of swag that they had. Like,
from a radio station.
She's like, do you guys have like a T-shirt or
a bumper sticker or something?
Beer koozie or something, something to say who you are. But I think there was like one person working, and they were busy, so they weren't able to help out.
And they're still telling that story today.
Yeah, they're like,
some guy came by.
These people kept saying there's a guy in Michigan that's on radio. But yeah, that would be interesting to not only do radio in Alaska, but also to be one of those, because I mean, you got to think that's not the only cruise ship that's stopping by. You have a million cruise ships stopping by throughout the cruise season. So you'd be a lot of people coming into those towns, and some of those towns that they visit you're not able to get there by car very easily. So you're able to see it that way. Yeah, Alaskan cruise would be fun. I think the other one would be like a European cruise. Like I would like to do like the coast of Italy.
Yeah, that'd be pretty.
That would be one of my tops for sure.
Or the Mediterranean.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Good morning, Teresa. Good morning, Dwayne. Dwayne had a chance to go check out some golf over the weekend at the KitchenAid Senior PGA Championship.
Did you show him some of the cool stuff?
I didn't actually see him. He
Okay.
kept asking me if I was there, and I said, "Yeah, I'm here." I think we did not cross paths. I think he went at different times than I was there.
Bummer. See, Wayne State has Stephanie sent me this one. Wayne State University over in Detroit area is beginning their spring-summer semester virtually.
Oh,
they say due to an ongoing public safety issue. They won't describe it further than that, but there's a lot of speculation because it's till further notice.
Sure.
They'll be remote. A lot of speculation that it's because of the protests that have set up on campus there.
Yeah, there's quite a lot over there.
Yeah. They say there's a pro-Palestinian student group that is established in a encampment on Wayne State University's campus in protest of the war in Gaza. Wayne State officials have maintained that the encampment protest is a trespass and must be removed from campus. Protest organizers are looking to negotiate with the university.
Wow.
So they said, well, we'll hold classes remotely then.
Yeah.
See ya.
Smart precautions there on their part.
Yeah. We can, we will.
Yep. We have the technology. All right, let's get back to it.
All right.
Show with Jonny and Ken on 94.9 WSJM.
Hey, good morning. Just about 7:30. Today we're looking at on and off rain. The sun's popping out though, and should be a decent day. Possible chance for some thunderstorms at some point. High 70. Later on tonight, breezy and cool with a 30% chance for some rain and a low of 52. So it's going to feel like late September, early October kind of feeling today.
Pretty outside right now.
It's sweater weather for me.
Yeah.
I was chilly this morning when I woke up. I was like, oof, gonna grab a sweater.
Yeah, it's nice.
We'll get to sports here in just a moment. Right now, let's find out what's happening in the news.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
In the WSJM Newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. Happy Tuesday. Hope you enjoyed your Memorial Day weekend. In local news that we're covering today, a suspect is in custody following a shooting in Benton Township. It happened early Monday. The Benton Township Police Department says officers were called to the area of 1921 Union Street at the Briarwood Apartments around 3:40 a.m. on a report of a shooting. They arrived to find a 54-year-old victim with a gunshot wound to his arm. He was taken to Corwell Health South Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. A 33-year-old male suspect was found at the scene, taken into custody and taken to Berrien County Jail. The shooting remains under investigation. They say if anyone with information is asked to contact the Benton Township Police Department. Early voting reviews for Berrien County are in, and apparently they went surprisingly well. That's according to the Berrien County Clerk, Sharon Tyler. Due to a change in state law approved by voters, counties across Michigan were required to offer at least 9 days of early voting in state and federal elections this year. Speaking to the Berrien County Board of Commissioners, Tyler said her office is handling the counting of ballots without connecting to the internet. They're doing that for security. It also means some potential delays. We'll tell you more about that at 8 o'clock. And the Berrien County Board of Commissioners has voted to seek grant funding to continue the county's 3 specialty courts and to explore the possibility of creating a new one. At their meeting late last week, commissioners approved grant applications to support the Drug Treatment Court, the Mental Health Court, and the Swift and Sure Sanctions Probation Program. All the grant applications are through the Michigan State Court Administrative Office. In the WSJM Newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg.
Well, let's find out what's happening around the state this morning.
The Michigan News Network.
I'm Beth.
Wow. Everyone's got their own AI.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Teresa says we're getting the April showers. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, we're getting them now in May.
Yeah, we got them in April. We're getting them in May. Wonder what June will hold.
I don't know. I'm just hoping it's not hot.
Yeah. Yeah, decent temperatures would be nice.
I'm working on getting an air conditioner because I ain't got no air conditioning in my house.
How's that going?
Working on it. Going to make some calls today.
Do you know what kind you want?
One that keeps the house cold. That's all I want. One that's efficient.
Are you looking for like a base unit outside? Are you looking at like a heat exchanger? Are you looking at one in the wall?
So I've been looking at a few different ones. One I want expertise from the HVAC people.
Sure.
To say, because I'll look online and of course see, oh well, there's this mini split, there's the heat pump, there's the the traditional unit. In the end, I want something that's efficient.
Yep.
Something that doesn't cost me a lot of money.
Yep.
Doesn't take up a lot of space.
Space considerations.
That would be nice.
Wow.
And the money for sure. Don't want it to be expensive. So that's on there twice.
Okay. So costs on there. How about one that works?
Yeah, of course.
You missed that one.
Yeah, of course. It needs to work.
I mean, efficiency is great as long as it works.
Yeah. Doesn't working fall under efficiency? Because
I wanted to keep me down to 68.5.
Not too efficient if you ain't working.
It's efficient. It just doesn't cool you down.
Yeah, man, that air conditioner's so quiet. Yeah, it's because it's broken. No, it's technology for air conditioning has changed so much. You know the man who created air conditioning?
I don't know him personally. No.
Carrier.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
Mr. Carrier?
As you hear Carrier factory authorized dealers and things like that, like McGee's Heating and Air.
Yeah.
Carrier was one of the guys that really built and designed those systems.
I love that brand name.
Crazy to think about what life was like prior to the air conditioner, like that's one of if you talk about inventions and that made life better.
Yeah.
You got automobiles, refrigeration, for your home. Printed type, but refrigeration and cooling in the home, heat and cooling in the home. That's pretty important.
I love the houses that have because they used to all be constructed before at the advent of air conditioning. They were constructed to let air flow through. If you open this window here and open this window here, you get that nice natural air conditioning. We still utilize that today. I love it. Stephanie's a big fan.
Yeah.
She's converted me.
Of opening the windows?
Well, doing it in a different way rather than just turning up the air conditioning.
Yeah.
And makes a lot of sense. I mean, I was up in our in her office the other day. She's got one on the second floor, and I felt like this breeze blowing on my legs, and I thought, who in the world turned the air conditioning on?
Right.
And I look, and there's no vent there. It's just the window open. And it's just like, wow, okay, this works.
You ever notice when the home is not properly what's the word, the air flow is where you have the door, and as soon as you open up the door shuts.
Yeah,
it's like sealed in there. That happened when I was in the tent at Community Showcase. I was going to the volunteer thing, and I was like, man, you guys kept it really cool in here because the airflow is not not letting anything out.
Wow.
Open up the door and it's wanting to shut back on me. But yeah. Should just build my house underground. That's what people used to do.
I love it.
Natural air conditioning.
Build a sod house.
Dig below.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Like that one guy, the family that lives off Red Oak Highway. They've got a house that's built under a hill.
Where is that?
That's in between Bridgman and Stevensville.
Is that by the old police car that sits there?
Yeah, right down that way. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Man, why do they have their house on a hill?
Maintains constant temperature all year round.
I think from what I've seen is so it's built up on a hill, but I think there is a walkout on the backside too. So it's under a hill, but at least there's some bit of a walkout below. So anyways.
That's fun.
You said graduation for your son is on Thursday? So when is his last day of school?
Already had it.
He already had it.
Yeah,
okay.
Already done his last week sometime.
So he's just been waiting?
Hanging out, having fun.
Okay.
Doing cool stuff.
It's weird that they're going to have it in the middle of the week.
Yeah.
Usually it's like if they're going to have it in the middle of the week or in a weekday, it's usually Friday.
Yeah, I was thinking it was going to be Friday, but Thursday.
Maybe if it rains a lot, which it's not going to. The weather looks good.
Yeah.
If it rains, they'd either go inside or just push it to the next day.
I think it's going to be beautiful out that day. They're saying sun and 72. So I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, yeah.
Did you watch the Indy at all this weekend?
The Indy 500, I did watch some of that. It went fast. It was fun to watch because, man, you saw a lot of green flags because there were a lot of crashes.
That's unfortunate.
I was watching it very beginning of it, and then not a few laps in, all of a sudden there was a crash.
Yeah, every time I turned it on, they were in commercial break, and they were like, "Oh sorry."
Yeah, and then they would say, "And the green flag is out," and I was like, "Didn't you just say that like 20 laps ago?"
Yeah.
But the interesting part was, there's one racer that was trying to race 2 races in one day.
What?
Joey Logano. He's a big NASCAR driver. He drives all the time.
Okay.
He drives not only for NASCAR and has been for a number of years, but he, for the first time, drove an Indy car in the Indy 500.
Okay.
He had done practice laps and things like that, but as far as competition, the Indy 500 was his first one in that type of car.
So his first race in an Indy car was in the Indy 500?
Yeah. I mean, the guy has been a very successful NASCAR racer, but he was trying to do what a few racers have done in the past, where they try to race 2 races in 24 hours.
Oh, man.
Where they race the Indy 500 and then they get on a flight down to, I think it's North Carolina.
Okay.
And go race in the Coca-Cola 600.
All right.
So that's 1,100 miles worth of just around the track.
Wow.
Plus factor in how many miles flight you got to go from Indy to North Carolina.
How did he do?
I don't know how he finished in the Indy 500, but he was in the top 10 for a long stretch of that race. But they didn't even finish the Coca-Cola 600.
Oh, they didn't?
No.
Weather issues?
Weather issues. There was weather issues with the Indy 500 too.
Oh.
They didn't start until I was watching it, because I was watching NBC hoping that I would catch the tail end of the KitchenAid Senior PGA Championship. But since that got pushed back because of rain, they also had pushed back the Indy 500, and the Indy 500 didn't wave the green flag for the first time until probably 4:30.
Wow.
So.
It seems like if you're a NASCAR racer, if you're an IndyCar racer, you probably would do well. I think. Well, I don't know, because there's a lot of bumping going on in the NASCAR.
Yeah.
Not a lot in the Indy cars.
There was a few bumps, and then people slammed into the wall and ended up breaking some axles. So.
Don't want to do that.
But yeah, they kept rolling out the green flag, and it was like, not a lot of cars on the road now.
Yeah.
So.
Eventually, the checkered flag went to, well, I call it Josef Newgarden, but it's probably Joseph Newgarden.
Yeah.
Who has won the largest winner payout in the history of the Indy 500.
Wow.
Yeah, he was a driver for Team Penske. He earned $4.28 million.
Do they kiss the bricks in the Indy 500? Because I know
they
when
drink the milk.
I know when they do the Brickyard 400.
Yeah.
Same place. They kiss the bricks then.
I think if you win the Indy 500, you can do whatever you want.
But they do the drinking of the milk.
They drink the milk.
Okay.
Yeah. I hope they're still drinking the milk. It's good for you. Does the body good.
It does the body good. You're right.
I mean, if the cows stopped sponsoring it, they could get the almonds to do it.
There you go.
For milk.
Yeah. What if you win the race and you're like, you know what? Can I have a glass of almond milk, please?
I would do that.
Yeah. The Dairy Association walks up with a big, nice, cold glass of cow's milk, and you're like, ooh, yeah. Do you have any oat milk? Teresa says, what school is your son graduating from? Congratulations.
Niles. Thank you. Niles High School.
Niles area schools.
And then he'll go on to University of Michigan. He'll go into the Ross Business Program.
So that's his final obligation for Niles Schools, and it will also be the final obligation for Dr. Dan Applegate, right?
That's right. That's right. Saw Dr. Dan at the honors ceremony last week, maybe.
Nice.
I guess a couple weeks ago. But yeah, so that'll be nice.
And he's retiring. Like he's not retiring to go do something else. He's going to retire and
I don't know. We should
just chill out.
We should ask him.
Yeah, see if you can catch him on Thursday when he's.
Hey, I know you're busy shaking hands.
How about you just
come aside here?
Hand your son the tape recorder and just have him walk up and say, "Just a few questions, sir." That would be great.
I like that.
Just if you got a moment.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to it.
Okay.
And a couple of thunderstorms to start. We'll see a break and see some sun middle part of the day. And then we're back to a few scattered showers late today. High temperatures will stay in the mid and upper 60s. Tonight down to 52, and tomorrow partly sunny, slight chance of a shower. High temperatures at 65. I'm WSBT 22 Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
Sleeping in yesterday as well as taking a nap was nice. But
you took a nap yesterday?
I did take a nap.
Wow,
for about a half hour or so with the dog. But I think that was foreshadowing what my evening was going to be like.
Oh,
I got 2 phone calls from the radio station because something was going wrong. And then, of course, I apologized to Jocelyn for waking her up because of that. And she said, "Oh yeah, not only was that happening, but the carbon monoxide thing was beeping. That needed new batteries.
No. Shoot,
we've had this detector for a while, and apparently we have to change the batteries every once in a while.
You do.
So that was going the little chirp saying, "Hey, it's time to change the batteries." So fun stuff.
And how long did it take you to understand where that chirp was coming from? Because if it's in my household, there are 3 different levels to figure out where's that chirp coming from, which battery's gone.
I wish with smoke detectors that you could change the chirp, like have multiple chirp options.
Yeah.
So that you would know, like, oh, well, that's the second floor chirp. That's the third floor.
Why a chirp? Why not just say, hey, fire alarm battery's dying. Change it. You know.
Yeah. Or I'm surprised that yours isn't like connected to your smart devices. Like there's an alarm on the west wing.
I've had those before where the Nest is connected.
Oh yeah.
And so you can do all kinds of fun. But if you have a carbon monoxide detector, the average lifetime of that unit, 5 to 7 years.
Okay.
So change out not only the battery, but the unit itself.
Okay.
After every 5 to 7 years, because the monitoring device in it, apparently after that period of time, goes bad.
So it looks like it's time, because I think I've had it for about 5 years. Maybe I should toss that thing.
You should probably
tell Jocelyn to just throw it. Don't even change the batteries.
Off the wall.
Don't even waste time changing the batteries. Throw that thing right in the recycling.
Yeah, smash it.
All right.
Go off the space on it.
Speaking of smart devices, I don't know about you, but I'm getting tired of hearing the word, or I don't even call it a word, AI, artificial intelligence.
Love AI.
I'm tired of hearing of it because it's the new buzzword. It's just like avocado on everything or bacon on everything. It seems like everything has to have AI. From, hey, there's a new computer. It's got AI. Hey, there's a new phone. It's got AI capabilities. Ooh, look at this. It's got AI.
Yeah.
But Elon Musk developing some AI?
Well, so we knew about this for about a year now, and that Elon Musk was throwing his hat into the AI ring. And over the weekend, he announced that his, because he's got Tesla for the cars, he's got SpaceX for the rockets, he's got the boring company that actually bores through Earth to build tunnels and stuff like that.
Oh, I thought that was just people sitting around being like, I'm so bored.
That's a boring company. We're bored. No, he's got an AI startup. And over the weekend, he announced that he's raised about $6 billion.
Raised the money?
He
didn't just pull out a checkbook?
No, actually, he didn't. He got it from a bunch of, well-financed companies. He raised about $6 billion, and that lifts that company's valuation. It's just a startup. They haven't really produced a heck of a whole lot. The valuation of that company now is $24 billion.
So you're saying I should be buying some stock?
I'm saying something. I mean, his investors, you were asking, I don't know any of these places. I don't do business with them, probably because they're focusing their billions of dollars with Elon Musk. But Valor Equity Partners, Vi Capital, Andreessen Horowitz, Sequoia Capital, Fidelity Management and Research Company, Prince Alawid bin Talal, and then Kingdom Holding. They put about $6 billion into Elon Musk's new startup company that's working on AI. They unveiled the company back in July 2023, and they've been working on it a little bit. And the latest, it's called XAI. Because X, just like Twitter
needs a better name,
turned into X. Well, XAI. He says that the company says XAI will continue on this steep upward trajectory of progress over the coming months with multiple exciting technology updates and products soon to be announced. Yeah. So they already launched Grok, the Grok chatbot back in November. Grok is Grok.
Is it like Gronk, like the football player?
You would think.
Me play football.
Me play football.
Me have answer
Me
for
smart.
you.
Yeah. Grok started it was a chatbot. They've since incorporated that into X for users who have purchased the subscription from that social media platform.
Okay.
But remember, I mean, if you think about it, he's got the cars, he's got the rockets, he's got the Boring Company. He's also got Neuralink with the brain chip implant things, and now some artificial intelligence. He's continuing on this trajectory of being a Bond villain.
Not only Bond villain, but I know he has been such an avid reader of science fiction for many, many years. And he really gravitated towards the sort of that 1950s-esque science fiction that we used to have. Because if you look at a lot of the rockets that he designs and a lot of the different things, they're very much like what you would find in those storybooks.
Yeah, filling it out.
I wonder if he's going to take the XAI and pronounce it say or sigh or something like that. Zai.
Maybe. He says, join XAI if you believe in our mission of understanding the universe, which requires maximally rigorous pursuit of the truth without regard to popularity or political correctness. So Elon throwing the gauntlet down again, saying, AI, I will rule the world.
So is this this new company that's valued at $24 billion, is that publicly traded? Can I buy stock in that thing?
You could go, what do they call it? The Series B funding route, like those companies did to raise that $6 billion. So let's see, 6 companies, $6 billion. Yeah, you could get in.
Yeah, I'll be. Can you imagine being one of those venture capitalist kind of people that just, sits on your pile of money like Scrooge McDuck, and you're just like, who will I give money to? I mean, it's a big gamble because all the tech companies, a lot of times you're just going off of their plan that they say, oh, this is what we want to do.
We can do this.
It's a concept. You could put hundreds of millions of dollars towards just a concept on paper. Speaking of space, real quick, University of Albany professor Kevin Knuth believes that placing handheld nuclear-powered UFO beacons in space could attract aliens to Earth.
Handheld nuclear-powered beacons.
He wants to basically lure aliens to Earth.
Why?
With these beacons. He says,
he seen movies?
Exactly. Or read any science fiction. He says that aliens have an interest in nuclear weapons and technology. How does he know this?
Yeah.
So his outlandish idea stems from reports of UFO tampering with nuclear missiles in the past. And he says this idea to go out and power our UFO observing equipment with the nuclear reaction, and maybe these guys will detect it and come down and find out what those crazy people are doing, and then we can get some imagery or some data. That's our plan. So basically, they're going to say, come on, little fella. Come on, aliens. Come on down.
Really bad idea.
Oh, horrible idea.
Yeah.
What are you going to do when they get there?
I hope he's not getting like state or government funding of some sort.
Well, he's a university professor, so he at least got some sort of funding.
University backing, yeah.
So.
Here, alien, coming. We've got technology. Watch this. Poof. We got little firecrackers, and they're like, "Oh, that's the best you got."
Yeah. So he's basically trying to do air traffic control Just waving them in, bringing them on in, aliens.
Let's say no.
Yeah, hard pass on that one. Here in just a few minutes, we'll catch you up with your Moody on the Market update. It's the morning show on 94.9 WSJM.
Stunning sights, more clicks, web design from Websticks.
When you talk to the team at
I mean, how bored do you have to be to want to potentially bring the annihilation of Earth forward? And I mean, who's he talking to anyway? I guess we don't have too much to worry about because we haven't officially detected alien life yet. Anywhere.
Well, we have,
as far
but
as we know.
We just haven't. We don't have an open line of communication with them.
Oh, okay. Because they're like mold spores,
right,
on Jupiter or something like that.
I don't know, man.
That's interesting. Why don't we do the food trucks returning to Buchanan?
All right,
next week.
Teresa said she got a nap in yesterday. Yeah,
excellent.
Morning, Diane.
Hey, Diane.
Yeah, getting a nap in on a weekday is great.
I didn't nap. I just fell asleep watching TV.
There you go.
During
that
the
counts
day.
as a nap. No, I had done a grocery order, so I was going to go pick up my groceries.
Nice.
And I was like, oh, got about a half an hour, 45 minutes until grocery pickup time. So how about Plinko and we take a nap?
Oh.
And he was like, sure, that sounds like a great idea.
Sunday, I forgot to mention, Sunday we had a very exciting event.
Yeah.
New refrigerator.
Ooh.
Brand new refrigerator installed and got rid of the one
old refrigerator died?
It was dying. Yeah,
it was dying.
It was dying. It was in the process of dying. We had seen this before, where it just stopped cooling and stuff in the freezer was soft.
Oh,
and
it wasn't like
puddle
dead,
of water.
but it was close to dead.
It had temporarily died, and then it had to come back and was convincing us, "Hey, I'll be fine. Really, I will. I'll."
0.9 WSJM.
I won't do it again. I promise.
Yeah. Exciting new refrigerator. That's awesome.
Got a new refrigerator. It was actually delivered Sunday.
On a Sunday?
On a Sunday on a Memorial Day weekend. I felt bad, but but we needed the refrigerator.
Right.
Yeah, the old one was just there was a puddle of water, a sympathy note. It gave up the ghost.
Darn.
Yeah. So got a new one.
How old was the fridge?
2 years. 2 years.
Why is
24 months.
Why is it that a 2-year-old fridge dies, but the fridge that your grandparents had that was built in like 1970, that thing will survive a nuclear explosion?
The last place where I lived, the refrigerator there must have been from 1960 something because it still had the rounded everything about it.
Yeah.
And it had the god awful green interior. And it was just, it was a beautiful thing because the freezer froze and the refrigerator kept stuff cool.
Yeah.
Without question. It
Efficiency,
never gave me an issue.
Efficiency completely out the window.
I don't know. I mean, I'll gladly pay a couple more cents or a couple more kilowatts or whatever it is
for reliability.
Because
you're right.
This one just had a nice little puddle of water. It's like, I'm not going to keep stuff frozen consistently. So we got a new one. Very happy with it.
That's exciting.
It's very cool.
Your Moody on the Market update right now. You can check out the website, moodyonthemarket.com, as well as the Moody on the Market app to find this story. But your update brought to you by Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners agency with locations in St. Joseph and in Niles.
And talking about Munchie Mondays coming back to Buchanan on June 3rd, Live Buchanan, the downtown promotion group, is inviting you to get ready to tantalize your taste buds and satisfy your cravings with Munchie Mondays. They're coming back to Buchanan starting next week. Buchanan's favorite weekly food extravaganza will return to downtown Buchanan, serving up delights for lunch and dinner from savory to sweet. They say Munchie Mondays will feature an irresistible lineup of food truck menu items guaranteed to please just about every palate. They've got mouth-watering tacos, soul food, finger-licking barbecue. They have authentic Venezuelan cuisine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
That sounds good. Savory pretzels from Ben's, irresistible smothered and covered fries, and that's just the beginning.
Yeah, one of my favorite places is going to be their Taquiera Donchepe,
yum.
which is in Niles.
Yep.
Brian the Munchie Man, Diana's Kitchen, they're also really good. They're going to be back to delight hungry patrons with their signature dishes. Plus, they're thrilled to welcome exciting new addition to the lineup, Ben's Pretzels, smothered and covered fries.
Got to try that. That sounds
and
good.
Zombie Buzz Coffee.
I do want to try that too.
Wow.
Zombie Buzz Coffee.
I love this idea of Munchie Mondays. I always forget that Munchie Mondays are happening. It's always like on Tuesday, I'm like, man, we missed Munchie Mondays.
Yeah.
So you got to get on down to Munchie Mondays.
Yeah, they say that last year it drew in crowds of 800 to 1,000 people every Monday. This year they promise to be even bigger and better. So they're inviting you to come on down. If you want more information about that, what kind of food trucks are going to be there, what the hours are, all that other fun stuff, it's right there in the article at moodyonthemarket.com. And food trucks, what a great invention.
Well, yeah, food truck, great invention, but also have a food truck gathering
that
on
too.
a regular basis.
Little corral
is a good
of 'em.
idea.
Yeah.
So check it all out at moodyonthemarket.com and on the app. Your update brought to you by Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owner's agency with locations in St. Joseph and Niles.
Rich Brand and Tara Halsey from Insurance Management Service.
I always wanted to own a food truck.
Well, you should. And there's still time.
I should? There's still time?
There's still time. You should just figure out what are you passionate about making, and then find out what am I passionate about making 1,000 times a day. So,
I do love sandwiches.
There
I
you
could
go.
make a ton of sandwiches.
Johnny's sandwiches. But food trucks, especially if you're a city planner, I think it makes incredible common sense. It's a good idea to just have a corral of them from time to time.
Yeah, because there are some communities that are against food trucks.
They are.
Because they feel they pull away from the regular businesses there. But I think if you find a designated area and a designated day, much like Buchanan's doing, it works.
It works. They do this up in Traverse City. That's where I first experienced the corral of food trucks. And
great spot.
I mean, it's an amazing little event. They just have, any kind of cuisine. It's like, I want that. So-and-so wants that. You want that. We all go to different places, come back to the picnic table and enjoy, and then get dessert afterwards.
Yeah.
Yum.
Options. That's what people want. Options.
Options? What are those?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Variety.
Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Activation.
We're activated back here, and it's not a golf championship, but it is the morning show. So we appreciate your time.
All right, that about does it for this hour. We're gonna get back to doing another hour of the show here in just a moment, but feel free to join us again tomorrow. We will be back. I'm gonna make sure we stay on time today. Surprisingly, we stayed on time last week, which I was.
You're welcome.
I took you a year to figure it out, but you got it. All right. Everybody have a great day, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow.
See ya.